Joshua, chapter 15. The territory chosen by Lot for the tribe of the descendants of Yehuda, according to their families, extended to the border of Edom in the Tzin desert, toward the Negev in the far south. Their southern border began at the far shore of the Dead Sea, from the bay facing southward, and went out south from the Scorpion ascent, passed toward Tzin, went up south toward Atzmon, and went out at the Vadi of Egypt, with the border ending at the sea. This will be your southern border. The eastern border was the Dead Sea, to where the Yarden entered it. The northern border began at the bay of the sea at the end of the Yarden. Then the border went up to Beit Hogla and passed north of Beit Arava. Next the border went up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuven. Then the border went up to Davir from the Achor valley. Then northward facing Gilgal, that is, across the Ma'ali Adumim, which is on the south side of the Vadi. Next the border passed to the Ian Shemesh spring and went out at Ian Rogel. Then the border went up the Ben Hinnom valley to the south side of the Yavuzi, that is, Yerushalayim, and the border continued up to the top of the hill in front of the Hinnom valley on the west, which is also at the northernmost end of the Rephaim valley. From this hilltop the border was drawn to the source of the Nephtoach spring and continued out to the cities of Mount Ephron. Next the border was drawn to Baalah, that is, Kiryat Yearim. Then the border turned from Baal westward to Mount Seir, past the spur of Mount Yearim, also called Kasalon, on the north, went down to Beit Shemesh and past Timnah. Next the border went out toward the side of Ekron northward, and finally the border was drawn to Shikron, past Mount Baalah, and went out at Yavniel, with the border ending at the sea. As for the west border, the great sea was its border. These were the borders of the territory of the descendants of Yehuda by clans. To Caleb, the son of Yefuneh, he gave a portion with the descendants of Yehuda, as Adonai had ordered Yehoshua, namely Kiryat Arba. Arba was the father of the Anak, also called Hebron. Caleb expelled from there 3 descendants of Anak, Shishai, Achiman, and Talmai, children of Anak. From there he went up to fight the inhabitants of Davir. Davir was formerly called Kiryat Sefer. Caleb said, "To whoever overpowers Kiryat Sefer and captures it, I will give my daughter Aksah as his wife." Otniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's brother, captured it. So he gave him Aksah, his daughter, as his wife. After becoming his wife, she persuaded him to ask her father to give them a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Give me a blessing, since you gave me land in the Negev. Also give me sources of water." So Caleb gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the descendants of Yehuda by clans. The cities at the outer part of the tribe of Yehuda toward the border with Edom in the south were Kavtsiel, Eder, Yagur, Kina, Dimona, Ada, Kadesh, Hatzor, Yitnan, Ziph, Telem, Bealot, Hatzor, Hadattah, Kiriot, Hetzron, which is Hatzor, Amam, Shema, Meloda, Hatzargada, Heshmon, Beit Pelet, Hatzar Shual, Be'er Shiva, Bizyot, Yah, Ba'ala, Iyim, Etzem, El Tolad, Kasil, Horma, Ziklag, Madmana, Sansana, Lavaot, Shilkim, Ayin, and Rimon, 29 cities in all, together with their villages. In the Shephelah, Eshtaol, Zorah, Ashna, Zanoach, Ian, Ganim, Tapuach, Inam, Yarmut, Adulam, Soko, Azika, Sharim, Aditayim, Gadera, and Gaderotayim, 14 cities together with their villages. Tazanan, Hadasha, Migdal Gad, Dilan, Mitzpah, Yoktiel, Lachish, Bozkat, Eglon, Kabon, Lachmas, Kitlish, Gaderot, Beit Dagon, Naamah, Makkedah, 16 cities together with their villages. Livnah, Eter, Ashan, Yiftach, Ashna, Natziv, Keilah, Achziv, and Marisha, 9 cities together with their villages. Ekron with its towns and villages. From Ekron to the sea, all those near Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod with its towns and villages. Azah with its towns and villages. To the Vadi of Egypt with the great sea as its border. In the hills, Shamir, Yatir, Soko, Dana, Kiryat Sana, that is Davir, Anav, Eshtemo, Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities together with their villages. Arav, Duma, Ishan, Yanum, Beet Tapuach, Afika, Humta, Kiryat Arba, that is Hebron, and Zior, 9 cities together with their villages. Maon, Carmel, Ziph, Utah, Yisrael, Yokdiam, Zanoach, Kayin, Giva, and Timnah, 10 cities together with their villages. Halkul, Beet Zur, Gadur, Ma'arat, Beet Anot, Eltkon, 6 cities together with their villages. Kiryat Baal, that is Kiryat Yearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities together with their villages. In the desert, Beet Arava, Medin, Shakaka, Nivshan, Ir Hamelach, and En Gedi, 6 cities together with their villages. As for the Yavuzi, who lived in Yerushalayim, the descendants of Yehuda could not drive them out. So the Yavuzi live with the descendants of Yehuda in Yerushalayim to this day. End of Yehoshua, chapter 15.